Runners, do you want to improve your pace? Today, I'm going to show you how. My name is Kearsten Fish. I'm an avid runner and a physical therapist at Buffalo Rehab Group. Learning how to properly pace during training and during a race can be something that most runners have a big difficulty with. What we're going to talk about today is how to manage your running, how to manage your pace and your training to make sure that you're ready for race day. Big things that most runners forget about when they start to get into a race or they're ready to race is they go too quickly out of the gate. They find themselves getting out into a too quick pace and they kind of have to backpedal or try to recover as they get into the race, and so that tires them out a little too quickly. Big things that will make you ready for race day are going to be how you train. You have to make sure that you incorporate two different types of runs while you're training. The first type of run is a recovery run. Those typically are going to be a little easier. You're going to feel yourself get into a pretty steady, comfortable, conversational pace. And that really is where 80% of your training is going to be. That will help you prevent any injury or hurting yourself during the training, and it'll also make sure that you're getting yourself into a good amount of endurance. The second type of a run is going to be a tempo run. That's going to be a slightly faster pace where you can start to push yourself slightly, but you're still maintaining a good amount of control while you're going through that pace, and it's for a shorter amount of time. You want to find that those tempo runs are going to be a little bit shorter of your times during your training, and you're going to get yourself into a better kind of recovery afterwards. As you've been going through your training, learning how to make sure what your comfortable pace and what your race pace can be a challenge. Oftentimes when we start to get into a faster pace or we start to think about racing, fatigue really sets in. And that is normal. You're going to find a point during the race where you're going to feel more fatigued, you're going to feel yourself kind of start to slow down a little bit. You kind of have to get yourself into a better state of mind and also form. Form is a big thing that can happen when you start to get fatigued, where that starts to get a little bit sloppy and you start to shuffle. If you can kind of keep yourself into a good pace and getting yourself into a good amount of momentum and drive forward, opening your stride, you're going to prevent yourself from getting too much into that fatigue and give yourself a little bit more of that steady pace. I hope that you can use these tips in your training to run your best turkey trot yet.